No way in hell that woman had less than 20 items. So, remember how last week I didn't have a new book to review? Yeah, I'm pretty woefully behind on my reading this year. And I could always make the standard claim that I've been busy, which I have, but the fact of the matter is I just haven't been reading anything new. Now technically the rules of Book Review Mondays, such as they are, never explicitly state that I have to read a new book and review it every week. But the year is almost a month and a half old and I've still only read 3 new books, so I kind of want to keep myself going on this. So I'm going to implement the following rule on my Book Review Mondays. Discounting last week, I am allowed only to review 1 previously read book per month. Should I fail in this, I must read and review a book that I hate or a book that I expect to hate. And I say expect to hate because there might be times when I'm really behind on the new book reading and I won't want to reread a book that I already know I hate, so I'll read a book that I expect to hate instead so that I continue reading new books. Yes, there are books that I hate. I can think of at least 3 of them right off the top of my head. Punishment books must be read and reviewed within 1 month of the punishment date. So I am counting on you, my 40 subscribers, and whoever else happens to subscribe after this, to keep me honest on this. So now, without further ado, this week's book review. This week I decided to review Bridge to Terabithia by Katherine Paterson. I think that's her name. I'll have to double check. If you've read this book, then you already know that this book review is going to be in sharp contrast to the book review that I did last week. Some people say that Bridge to Terabithia is about death. Some people say that it's about growing up. I say that Bridge to Terabithia is about running. The book follows a young boy named Jess, and Jess has no greater desire at the beginning of this story than to be the fastest runner in his class. So at the beginning of the story, we see him practicing. We see him practicing his running. He runs every morning in preparation for that big race he's going to have at recess when school starts. Each section of this book shows Jess running. Jess lives in the backwater of backwaters, the boondocks of boondocks, absolute middle of nowhere. Leslie moves next door to him from the city, and the 2 of them together create this imaginary kingdom called Terabithia, which introduces a new kind of running to Jess. Jess is no longer just running for pleasure. Indeed, he can't, because Leslie has proven that she is faster than he is. Jess, along with Leslie, is now running to escape from his mundane, ordinary life. Later in the book, we see Jess running away from his fears. And very late in the book, we see Jess running away from his grief. And what he finally discovers at the end of the book is that running does not solve everything. Jess has to find a way to stop running and deal with his grief head on. The character development of Jess is one of the more interesting character developments I've read, as we see him progress from his physical desire to run to his emotional desire to run away. It's an excellent story. It's also a very sad story, but I think you'll find the ending ultimately satisfying. So on that note, I will see you all next time.